Motorola recently added another budget phone to its arsenal, one which sports a better design and supposedly boasts of a better battery life. Do we think Motorola's latest budget phone is worth the price? Let's find out in today's review of the Moto E4 Plus. For a budget phone, the Moto E4 Plus is encased in a tough metallic case that makes you feel like you're holding something nice and durable. The bezels in the Moto E4 Plus are pretty thin, so it isn't as distracting if you're particular about watching videos or movies. In terms of portability, the Moto E4 Plus feels chunky and heavy. This is mainly due to the larger non-removable battery inside the phone, which is amazing because Motorola managed to fit the bigger battery inside the Moto E4 Plus without compromising its design. The Moto E4 Plus also fits well in most hand sizes, but I found it quite heavy to carry around compared to other phones of the same size. There's also no SIM slot on the metal casing of the Moto E4 Plus, so you'll have to pull off the back cover if you want to change your micro SD card and your SIM card. The sounds are pretty basic at most and are not exactly spectacular, but the speakers go moderately well if you want to watch or listen to something on the go. For music and radio lovers, there's also a 3.5mm headphone jack at the upper left side of the phone. The home button is touch-based, so you don't have to press hard on it to open your phone. It also serves as its fingerprint scanner, which works pretty well as we didn't have a hard time unlocking the Moto E4 Plus with it. In terms of brightness, its mid-brightness setting feels a little dim to use outdoors, and I felt like the maximum brightness level looked just right when using it outside, so I wish they could have added a bit more light. With a 13-megapixel rear camera and a 5-megapixel front camera, the Moto E4 Plus works well if you want a phone that can also take good photos. Unfortunately, that's all there is to the camera, considering it doesn't have other additional features. For instance, it can't be shaken like the Moto Z2 Play camera, where you can switch to the camera app by shaking your device. So if you want to play around with the Moto E4 Plus's camera, you might have to download other apps for it to function better. Performance-wise, the Moto E4 Plus is surprisingly responsive for a budget phone, and we didn't find any lags of any sort. Being a budget phone does not serve as a hindrance to having a smooth performance as well, but don't expect it to play high-quality games or apps. Perhaps the one thing that makes the Moto E4 Plus stand out is its battery life, which, compared to the Moto E4 and the more expensive Moto G5, serves as its biggest asset. With a 5000 mAh battery, the Moto E4 Plus has a pretty long battery life, and after using it in conjunction with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, it still managed to last me for more than 9 hours. The Moto E4 Plus comes in either 16GB or 32GB of internal memory, which can also be expanded up to 128GB through a micro SD card. For a budget phone, the Moto E4 Plus looks and feels pretty good at emulating a premium phone. Sure, it doesn't have spectacular features and remains a basic phone at best. But if you're looking for a phone that will help you last for more than a day, the Moto E4 Plus has enough battery life to help you do so. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, check out our other reviews, and subscribe.